We've got a full house today, 25 in all, well done. May I make some introductions to you? We have, as a visitor, George is here as second superstar, and Roger is here to assist with the 10 minutes. Welcome to the three of you. Hope you enjoyed the meeting. As the rest of you, well, you know what's going to happen. First of all, ask the leadership team.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vincent, and I chair the membership committee, and I'm also the official timekeeper.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Terry, I'm the membership and recruitment.
Good morning, I'm Scott, your meeting secretary and handsome face of the live chat. Woo! Looking after stats and figures for you.
I always feel left out when I go off. Thank you. It's morning, guys. Ben, your education coordinator.
Handsome face of the education.
Handsome face of the education. No rules.
Thank you all. Please proceed. But Scott is going to stay standing because he is the first one of our, the first part of our meeting is the performance league, and he's going to deliver it.
Rightio, thank you. Yes, performance league, for the benefit of our guests today, performance league is the way we measure contribution from all of our members, reset in a league table each month, and then members score points for doing things as easy as turning up, for giving and receiving referral opportunities to each other, or converting those opportunities to run business, even just commenting on our blog, one-to-one get together with another member during the week, loads of different ways to score points, and we chart that. And so, with the goal of scoring at least 88 points as a benchmark target, and with just one we've recorded so far in the member, let me tell you the places at the top. Fourth place, 57 points scored, equal Corrigan. Third place, 63 points, Jane Malyon. Well done, Jane. Second place, 180 points, is myself. So the leader, 264 points. 1 week in, he's already smashing it. It's Matt Barry.
Excellent, thank you very much, Scott. Scott is the fast reacting today, but this is back, so we will education presentation. Ben, take it away.
Thank you very much. Well, yes, good morning again, guys. We can have straight over and back on to Vincent, who has provided the education slot today. So, Vincent, over to you.
It's been great.
Carry on.
Anyway, Richard Branson said, "What is a business? A business is simply an idea to make other people's lives better." That's what he said. He's done well. I'm going to give you some hints and tips on pricing jobs for your project to your clients. Tip 1. Don't be afraid to increase your prices. You're worth it. Be brave. There's an impact of a price increase. An eminent accountant, not you, Paul, told me a 1% increase in price yields a 10 to 30% increase in profit. I'm not quite sure where he arrived at that figure, but don't shoot the messenger, alright? That's what he said, and that's what I'm pleased. Tip 2. You can't have too high a price, only too little value. Think about that later. Warren Buffett said, price is what you pay, value is what you get. Tip 3, the 99 rule. Dresses priced at $39.99. Toby. Sell at are much better sellers than £40. It's that little penny that makes a lot of difference. And while I'm on the subject, fashion designer Gucci said, quality is remembered long after the price is forgotten. You can think about that as well. Tip 4, there's not many left, please. When quoting, give 3 price options. People often gravitate towards the middle option. Bear that in mind. A higher price makes your middle price seem much more cost effective. Tip 5. How many tips are there? There's 8. Sorry about that. When I'm putting together a printed quote, say 250 business cards, I will always offer an option, an add-on. For example, add a matte laminated finish for only £5. Surprising how effective that can be using a very gentle upsell. Tip 6. We're nearly there. Once your client has accepted your quotation, keep quiet. Don't say anything else. You can easily talk your way out of getting that job. So, if that ain't broke, don't fix it. They've said yes. That's the end of it. Tip 7. Stuart, my eminent friend here, educated us a while back, suggesting that when you invoice, add something to the invoice that you were never going to add in the first place. So, for example, you've got your printing, what I do, I'll tell you more about that later. For example, invoice delivery, £9.50. Then on the next line, delivery no charge, and show minus £9.50. So they think they're getting something for nothing, but they think they're being really great. But you weren't going to charge for it anyway. Thank you, Stuart. And finally, tip 8. We got this morning.
You never tell.
Don't confuse your customer. Don't say, buy one for the price of 2 and get one free. Thank you very much.
Right. Next item on the agenda, membership matters. Terry.
Hello.
Have you got anything for us? There.
Yes, thank you. We've got some renewals coming up, and the chairman of the membership committee is working on it right now.
I am.
Okay, we now approach the first of the major parts of the meeting, and that's our 60-second round. It's your chance in 60 seconds to highlight your business and send it to us all of us to listen so that we know what you do and can help us make referrals. Vincent is our timekeeper. After 50 seconds you will hear, and after 60 you will hear, when you hear the double bell, the winner of the Oscar last week was Toby. Proudly showing. He will be listening very intently and at the end of the meeting award the Oscar. So, without more ado, let's get the 60-second round underway. We start always with the Oscar winner, Toby. He will be followed by Toby.
Morning everybody, I'll keep it short because I'm a bit croaky, I can't leave over anyway. So Toby acts as personal business mentor, try to help business owners get wealthy fast, help them get from where they are to what is possible. It's all about clarity, direction and focus. Making sure that people have got an absolutely crystal clear vision of what they want their business to do for them, and reverse engineering that into a concise directional plan, and then keeping them on track, focus and accountability. That's what I do. So, working faster, good clarity, direction and focus.
Matt, you're next. Line Melissa.
Good morning everyone, Matt Barry from Blue Seraph. It's been a good week of recognitions this week. As some of you know, on Friday last week, our young designer Callum was awarded Rising Star at the Brentwood Business Awards, which was fantastic. It's great recognition for him, for someone who came in with not a huge amount of confidence and was very shy. Has really progressed in our team massively and has worked on some really key accounts, including Essex Cricket, which is a new business or a new client for us this year, and that has gone from strength to strength. And some of his work is actually up for an award tonight at the ECB, which is the English Cricket Board's national award ceremony for marketing campaign. So fingers crossed we win that, because that really would be the icing on the cake for us and for him especially, because his progression has been fantastic with us over the last couple of years. So it's great to recognise that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Matt. Okay. Melissa, you are next. You're followed by George.
Good morning, everybody. Melissa Jackson. I'm a licensed insolvency practitioner. As you know, I deal with companies and individuals who are in financial distress. This week, we dealt with a company that had a lot of historic debt, most of it with HMRC, some of it with other entities as well. The underlying business was great. They wanted to retain that business. We were able to work with them to have their new company purchase the business and assets of the old company, enabling them to continue to trade on, getting rid of all the historic debt and allowing the business to continue. So what I'm looking for is businesses that may be struggling with historic debt, don't know how to move forward and want a fresh start. So let's Lisa Jackson, Kim Francis, licensed insolvency practitioner.
Next.
Morning all, George from Solitaire Plumbing and Heating. The cold weather finally seems to be here. It's colder than it has been. We're noticing a massive amount of phone calls with faults that are probably avoidable. So the top tip from us is take a look outside near your boiler for a small white pipe. It runs water nozzles into a drain. If it's not insulated so it doesn't freeze come the colder months. Get the insulation nice and cheap. Fix it on with cable ties. Check your radiators for air, make sure they're hot all the way to the top. If you do take the air out, don't forget to top the pressure up with a filling loop. It's normally an airing cupboard under the boiler, black tap beaver in. If you find anything that's more problematic, give us a call and we can get it sorted before the really cold weather turns up. Thank you, George, for sorting that.
Next, George, while you were speaking, it occurred to me that I haven't sent that round for you to copy this paper in. Please do so. And I'll also send round a business card box so that you can make sure you have business cards and make sure you're adequately represented in there as well. Apologies for not doing that sooner. We do move on, however, and our next up is Stuart, who will follow by James.
Well, my name's Stuart from Malyon Network, so we deal with all types of business telecommunications, so that's internet services, VoIP phone services. But particularly this morning, I just want to remind you of our business mobile offering. Now, business mobiles, what's termed a business account is basically 5 connections and upwards. Now, we can do less than 5 connections and upwards, but commercially for businesses, once you get to 5, business accounts really start to work off. So, with respect, if you come to me and say, can I do your personal mobile? You're probably going to be cheaper on the high street. Once we get to 5 connections, then the commercials really start to work for businesses. So we're looking for businesses 5 mobiles and up. Okay, we can work with all of the EE, O2, Vodafone, and 3. We can provide hardware as well if you want. If you just want SIM only, we can do that as well. So please, any businesses that you know renew their mobile contracts, please put in touch with me, Stuart at LG Networks. Thank you.
Thank you. James, you're next, and you're followed by Vincent.
Morning all, James from Brentwood General Insurance Brokers. So we've had a go at pretty much everything. I was in a pub 4 times last weekend and a restaurant once. This weekend I'm in a gig Friday night, pubs twice on Saturday, and another restaurant on Sunday. So focus on what you know. If you've got your pubs, restaurants, venues, entertainment, otherwise, we've got some cracking markets on at the moment, and the market is based in Ipswich as well, so right around the corner from me, so I see them very clearly. So pubs, restaurants, takeaways, cafes, so entertainment venues of any sort. If you know anybody that's got anything like that, I would love instruction to go get them and actually James from Brentwood Insurance.
Thank you very much, James. Vincent, back up again, and you're followed by Clara.
Morning again, Vincent. Print based in Gants Hill Village. Just like to show you some of the stuff we've been printing over the last week or so, just to give you an idea of what I do. Christmas cards, a bit early, but he's well organised. Beautiful Christmas cards with a gloss laminated finish. Drinks menu for the Royal Tiger Pub restaurant. Very nice, thank you. And laminated. Thank you cards for a wedding, nice uncoated board so they can write the message on the back. Thank you, Stuart. Good best. Loyalty cards from a cafe in Chigwell, so they can stamp it on the back. When they get 9, they get a free coffee. Order of service booklets, something we specialise in. Really beautiful. There are about 200 of these printed. So, that's great. And finally, just ready yesterday is this fantastic brochure for Paris Chambers Planning Day, which they do every year. Yes, that's a lot of work to show you what I do. So let's speed print, you think it, we ink it.
Vincent. Now, Clara, you are followed by Mike.
I'm Clara Down from Financial Services. Thank you everyone for your support recently, it's been really appreciated. I'm still going to be in and out of the meetings a little bit over the next couple of weeks, but I'm sure I'll sort of see people sort of soon. But in the meantime, we are running the business as normal. So if you do have any clients that could do with assistance, I would say send them our way. It's been an interesting time in the markets. Rates are creeping up, even though everyone thinks they must be going down because the Bank of England took things down. It's not how it works, unfortunately, in our world. So if you know anyone who has got mortgage sort of requirements over the next 6 months, I would still say they should be trying to do something now. So definitely worth putting them in touch with me. And yeah, if anything is needed, then obviously just drop us a note, let us know what's going on, and then I'll pick up with the clients and see what we can do to help. So I will tie up now and make sure I don't get a double ping. That's Clara down to mortgages and financial services. Thank you.
Thank you, Clara. Mike, you're next, and you're followed by Dick.
Morning everyone, Mike from Black Multimedia. I put on the WhatsApp the other day about a promotion one of my friends has put together. I'm just going to run through that again. It's a Black Friday promotion for anyone looking to gain clients in the Chelmsford area predominantly, or if you just cover that area. It's open to all businesses, completely free to take part in. And the idea is basically you send her your logo, a couple of short sentences about what your business is and what promotion you're willing to put on. Everyone that partakes then is put onto a graphic, shared around. That week, we all share it on our social medias. So if you've got 20 companies taking part with 1,000 followers each, your promotion's getting seen by 20,000 people just by using other people's businesses to do it. So if anyone's interested in that, just drop me a message today or tomorrow if you can, because I think she's going to start trying to put it together as soon as possible. All right, it's Mike Black Multimedia. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Mike. Ben, you're followed by Catherine.
Good morning, guys. Ben Golding from Utility Warehouse, and help people to save money on their essential household utilities. Now we get to that time of year where people are starting to think, what can I get them for Christmas? Well, why not give your friends and family an early Christmas present? Give them one of these. They're fantastic because by doing that, I can have a chat with them and see if I can help them to save money and get their Christmas shopping to pay part of their bill for them. Just like I did earlier this week when I helped a lovely family save over £70 a month simply by switching their gas, electricity, phone, broadband and mobile over to UW, saving them over £1,000 a year. So this week I'm looking to give your friends a Christmas gift and help them to save money with the UK's cheapest, most trusted and most recommended utility company, because I have the skills to reduce your bills. That's Ben Golding, Utility Warehouse. Yeah, I think you did.
Catherine, you're next, and you're followed by Blake.
Hello, Catherine Foley from English Tutor Plus. So yesterday I started with my 6th client. It's a very slow start. I was warned it would be slow to start with, yes it is. I'm really desperate for some more clients. So I could really do with at least 2 other students to tutor. And then I've got these very empty days. At the moment I'm spending an amazing amount of time planning these lessons, so they get a really good deal with students. But I could do with some proofreading, some personal statements. So if you know anyone who's got teenagers or students at university who could do with personal statement help, proofreading support or tuition, please send them my way. Because I'd be very grateful. Otherwise, my family get really pathetic Christmas presents.
Thank you very much, Catherine. Blake, you are followed by Nick.
Morning everyone, Blake from Emma Hive, who goes to Essex Outdoor Clothing Supplier. Along with Ben, I can also help you save on your heating bills by buying a hoodie. I'll keep you warm so you can turn your heating down. But most of us get sick, we're going to be thanking to Vince. We've done one Vincent. I keep being reminded. He's just done another side of the outside of the shop, which will be backlit. He's done a really good job on it. Thank you. That's me good.
Right, thanks, Blake. One of the bigger blocks that we've had. Nick, you're next, and you're followed by Leanne.
Good morning. My name's Nick. I'm a structural engineer. I'm going to a house in Grays after the meeting this morning. The lady who owns it, she's on the market. She's got a buyer. The buyer's chomping at the bit to move in, or to buy it. In fact, suddenly we'll finish off the paperwork. But there's a problem. The valuation surveyor acting for the buyer's mortgage company has found that one of the chimney breasts upstairs in one of the bedrooms has been taken out, and the remaining brickwork above the ceiling is in an unsupported condition. And the valuation surveyor said, you need a structural engineer to come and look at that and tell you whether or not you need a steel beam. So that's where I come in. So I've got to get up there into the roof space. I've got my goggles and my breathing mask just to see exactly what's up there. If I find the brickwork is supported adequately, happy days. If it isn't, then I'll have to tell my client that she needs some form of support. That's what I do. So if you know anyone who's in the process of buying a house, money well spent to get a structural engineer to come in and check it out. My name's Nick. My card's or will be in.
Right, Leanne. You're followed by John.
Good morning everybody, Leanne from Brentwood Interiors. Now I turn rooms from dull and boring to fun and vibrant, from dated and cluttered to modern and stylish, and a busy family home from manic to beautiful and functional. So if you know anyone who's planning to build or remodel their home and they're overwhelmed by the idea excuse me, of making the design choices, or perhaps they've just purchased a new property and they want to make it absolutely spectacular, well, that's where I come in. I would love to speak with them. So this could be your friends, your family, your neighbours, or even busy professionals who you know that just appreciate a beautiful, functional home and they don't have the vision or the time to do it themselves. Please put them in touch with me. That's Leanne of Brooklyn Interiors. Thank you.
John, you're next, and you're followed by Joshua.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Hammond from JMX Technology. We install all types of security systems, but we also install fire alarm systems and maintain fire alarm systems. Why should you use us to maintain your fire system over anybody else? Well, unlike other people, we don't just carry out a functional test where they just come and test the detectors to make sure they work. We come along to make sure it's compliant. We look at what your insurance company is asking for, we look at the changes to the building, and we make sure the system you've got is compliant, not just a functional test. And there's a big difference, because it's your responsibility, or the responsibility of the owner of the property. And if you've built a cupboard, and it's not on the actual risk assessment, you might need a smoke detector in that. And if you haven't, the insurance company might not pay out. Or you might need towing to actually defend you. So if you want it done right, and done the test right, we do it right, and we advise you of anything that needs put in correct. So that's John Hammond from JMX Technology, applying technology to security.
John. Joshua, you're followed by
Right, good morning all. So over the last few weeks I've been here, I've been introducing myself as Joshua, Director of JDC Studio. I'm now delighted to say that I can say it's Joshua, Director of JADC Architect Studio, as I'm now chartered. And being chartered allows me to explain the difference between having a chartered architect involved and maybe someone who is either not an architect or hasn't decided to go all the way. And that's just simply to say that we're not just a designer, we're not just a CAD technician, we're also there to be on hand to deliver exceptional customer service, connecting all the dots, helping to coordinate all the consultants that may be involved on a project. So if you need a builder, you probably need an architect. If you need planning permission, you probably need an architect. And anything else, well, come to me and I'll explain. So Joshua from JDC Architect Studio.
Thank you, Joshua. Well done. Terry, you're next, and you're followed by Scott.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. For the benefit of our guests, I'm a solicitor and I sue anyone for anything. Don't discriminate. I don't care. Don't discriminate at all. This week, I'd like you to look out for me for commercial clients. Commercial clients in business are good for me because they bring in all sorts of work. So not just debt recovery, but also commercial disputes and in commercial agreements with agents. So when you're out and about in your business, you listen out for me. And if you hear people talking about, oh, I wish I'd done better terms and conditions, you know, to refer them to. I can't do this work because I'm owed money, you know, to refer them to. Or I wish I wasn't involved in that commercial dispute because it's taken up a lot of my time. You need to listen out, you need to refer them to me, and then either myself or my colleague Aidan will deal with them and deal with their commercial needs. So that's Terry Malyon at TM Law.
Terry. Scott, you're next. You're followed by Howard.
Yes, good morning. Not only do we build websites, small, medium and large, for all other companies, but we provide email services that go alongside those. I've been a Google partner for a long time selling the Google email product, but it's quite an expensive product. It's kind of an enterprise level version. I'm also a Microsoft reseller, so I can provide the Microsoft version of email solutions. But I've now got a basic budget, simple email solution in my arsenal as well. So if you're interested in just something that might be, there's no annual commitment, it's a monthly basis, a quick and easy email, we can do that for just £2.50 a month. So single account. It's got all the anti-spam, anti-virusy stuff that the big boys have, but it's just a small, basic, easy email solution. So eyes and ears open, please. Anyone you know that requires a proper, professional email account, we can help them out at whatever level it is. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Howard, you are next, and you're followed by Roger.
Morning, everyone. Howard Willow from Clear Financial Advice. We're independent financial advisors in Lansing in Billericay. I've got a client who's got about £1 million in his pension, hasn't touched it, got no intention of touching it, doesn't need to touch it because he's got any money elsewhere. Because of the budget and that pension is not going to get hit with inheritance tax, I'm going to suggest that he takes out all the tax-free cash and then we'll invest that in something else. And if he survives 2 years, which he probably will do because he's only 66 years of age, then that's either going to be taxed at 0 or at worst, 20%. So with one stroke of the pen, I can save his beneficiaries £50,000 in inheritance tax just by moving a couple of bits around. So if you know the people who've got loads of money, especially loads of money in their pension, I really want to show them. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. Roger, you're 60.
Good morning. I'm Roger Malyon from the English Green Tea Company, and I wanted to mention that we have a small licensed venue for hire in White Road. It's the Seaport Sconery. It's just the other side of Ongar and ideal for private parties such as baby showers, anniversaries, birthdays, business away days, funerals. We can seat around 20 people or have 30 to 40 for a stand-up party. You get free parking and Wi-Fi, use of the garden terrace too, with delicious food. That's the Seaport Sconery, or Sconery if you prefer, available for exclusive and private parties.
Thank you, Roger. Your partner in crime next, Jane, and you're followed by Tina.
Hello everybody, Jane from the English Green Tea Company. We're all about hampers, gifts, please do have a look before you go, and treats. I'm a great believer in treats. It makes you just, it doesn't have to be a portion, doesn't have to be anything of that level, just a little treat to make you feel special. I've got one today for Tina, who did something for us. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. This has a Christmas tree shaped scone or scone with extra cream because it's quite a big one, and extra jam. So treats, very important. Roald Dahl was a believer in them. He said not too many or they become just the norm. Thank you very much. Not too few, but whether you need a treat or someone you know does, please let us do it for you. It can say sorry or sorry to hear that. It can say thank you. It can say a multitude of things. But everybody needs more treats. Thank you.
Thank you, Jane. It's a bit like the Q&A session when somebody can't do their 10 minutes. Not too often, but when we do it, all's well. I think that's similar. Anyway, don't worry. Tina, if you can keep your hands off that, give us 60 seconds, you're followed by me.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Tina. My company is Services. I offer a secretarial and admin service. Yes, I am now based in Western Supernet. I'm covered nationwide. It is becoming near the big C word. So I'm looking for people that need help in organising their Christmas events, or they're looking for support to outsourcing venues, or even presents, or even their Christmas cards. I have a team that can help. So if you know anybody that's stressed out with the C word coming up, pass my details. That's me, Tina, Liberty Executive Services. I'm not 9 to 5, from start to finish.
I'm Aidan Squire, I'm TM Law. I deal principally with employment law, and at the moment, employment law, through our new government, is the gift that keeps on giving. We have got, there will have to be reviews of contracts of employment because they're changing things around, getting rid of the 0 hours contract, making only 2 categories, employees or self-employed. It's the concept of workers. Well, we're all workers, aren't we, apart from us lot, because we're business owners. And also, the other thing that will be coming up is with our businesses, or businesses themselves are going to have a rough time with the extra national insurance payments. There will be redundancies. When people are made redundant, they normally have a settlement agreement. Terry and I can both deal with advising on settlement agreements, and they're good business, so if we find them and see them, send them. Thank you very much indeed. Next up, Paul.
Morning, Paul Booth from Brentwood, certified accountants based in Brentwood. We act for sole traders, partnerships, LLPs, limited companies and personal tax clients. We prepare accounts, bookkeeping, VAT, we act for payroll and what else? Tax advice, self-assessment tax returns, pretty much anything in tax and accountancy we deal with. Big change over the last 18 months has been people have been earning a lot of non-ISA interest on their savings, which in many cases brings them into a tax position and self-assessment tax returns. They might not have completed self-assessment tax returns before, so they might need some assistance. So a simple referral this year or this week is anyone who needs a self-assessment tax return. That's Paul Booth or Booth & Co. Minimised tax, maximised well.
Thank you very much, Paul. Right, that is the end of the members' contributions. We're left with Tracy. Before you stand up and give us a second, remember I didn't mention that you should pass your cards round. If you'd like to pass your cards round and everybody take one, then just send them out round.
Okay.
And then give us 60 seconds.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Tracy Johnson and I work for the Vita Health Group. We are part of Spire. We are the mental health side of Spire. So my role is to outreach in the community to let everyone know that this is a free service for people in Brentwood, as Billericay, Basildon and Wickford. So the reason I'm here today is you're all businesses, but I'm assuming that you're all small businesses. So large businesses have an EAP service, which is an Employment Assistance Programme, where they will have some type of therapy, which is for free. And people do get stressed at work, so I'm predominantly focusing this on stress. So if you are stressed, or you have some of your work employees that are stressed and are struggling, and you don't have an EAP service to offer them, you can offer our service for free. So they can come to us and they can get therapy, or they can go onto our website and there's a whole bunch of podcasts on there delivered by our clinical leads, and there's stuff like stress, anxiety, menopause, depression, exam, stress, all that type of stuff. So that's it. I'm Tracy Johnson from the Vita Health Group. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tracy. Right, genuinely we're now at the end of the 60-second round, so I will hand over to Toby for the award of the Oscar. We started
Mike, thanks for the reminder about that. Trying to get some congratulations for Cal and Matt came for a lovely guy and really good luck for tonight. Congratulations to Joshua, sort of between Joshua and Matt. Matt's closer, you're taller. If you can reach it, you can have it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's close to it.
Thank you very much, Toby. Well done, Joshua. Next time we award it to him, I'll send a chair and hand it over. Okay, that's that. Move on. And first after the 60-second round, it's the meeting secretary report. One of them, Scott, got to your feet.
Right.
Okay, Business Secretary's reports. We have so far recorded 17 new referral opportunities this morning, which are the green big bits. That's opportunities for business amongst members, not done deals, but opportunities. The average value of each of these, just based on last month's statistics, is £929. So some of them are worth a tenner for a box full of plastic. Some of them might be a £10,000 job, and everything in between. So that's how that works. Thank you all for bearing with me on my ridiculous idea to set up a WhatsApp for EBF. My goodness, I thought it would just be a nice, easy way to get things organised. And yeah, well, you've all been in it. So we've got lots of different WhatsApp groups for lots of different things, and they're all now under one umbrella, so you can all see what's going on. It means we've recruited some new Wordle players because I think there's more visibility on the EBF Wordle League. There's a motivational group that someone requested and set up, and there's quite a lot of chatter in there about inspirational books and podcasts and things. We've got general chat, we've got announcements. There's all kinds of stuff going on in there. So thank you for bearing with us on the EBF WhatsApp community.
Thanks, Scott. Well done. that was hurting my practice watching.
Yeah.
Right. There was a synergy team meeting during the week. Paul, can you give us a brief report, please?
Yes, we had a synergy team meeting on Tuesday. There were 5.5 people there. Probably a first, I think. Dragons, second Tuesday of each month. That's the last formal meeting of the year. The reason why it was half a person because Terry turned up. He was soaking wet because he came on his motorbike and realised before he actually stepped fully into the room that he was soaking wet. He probably would have got pneumonia if he'd have stayed. went so yeah, 5 o'clock, but yeah, good meeting as always.
Thank you, Paul. Right. The next major part of the meeting is a 10-minute presentation. Ben, do it.
Thank you. Well, no surprise we've got today, but before we introduce today's gorgeous speaker and her glamorous assistant, giving it upcoming speakers for the next few weeks. We've got 5 meetings left, well, it's a bit. So, next week on the 21st, Catherine will be giving us her first 10-minute presentation, and the education will be provided by Neil. On the 28th, slight swap around here, 28th is now Nick going to be providing the 10 minutes, and I'll be doing the education slot that day. Into December, on the 5th is now Leanne, providing 10 minutes on the 5th, and Toby will be doing the education slot. And then on the 12th, we have Clara, if that's okay still for your 10 minutes, but we'll have a chat. And Stuart to provide the education slot. And then the last meeting of the year will be the 19th of December, which will be, I'll be doing the education slot, but we'll be doing a Christmas something. Christmas special. And no doubt we'll be doing like Secret Santa again. Things like that. So today's speaker did go to the EBF website and get me her bio sheet for today, which please do before your 10 minutes and try and get it to me a day or two beforehand or print it off and bring it with you. Please allow 8 minutes for a presentation if you want 2 minutes for questions, and please don't forget to bring a speaker's prize. So today we have Auntie Jane Malyon, food deliveries, hampers and Christmas gifts. Business name is the English Cream Tea Company, of which she is the chief scone. Delicious in general and afternoon tea treats, delivered to the whole of the mainland UK. So a couple of bits about Auntie Jane. So a frightening incident there. So whilst giving a speech, sat down on a chair on stage, and her trousers split completely from the waistband to the front, right around to the waistband at the back, leaving her effectively wearing cowboy chaps. An unusual incident in Jane's life. So, as an adopted child, she traced her background and flew out to Calgary to introduce herself to her family. Her new grandfather was there at the airport, looked her briefly up and down, said, "Well, you're stout." How rude. Bless him. Prized possession, a Guinness World Record for the largest English cream tea party in the world. And finally, a mad idea that Jane loves is that world peace could be achieved via afternoon tea. Get all the leaders of the world sitting down nicely together, sharing treats, getting into rapport, and having a good listen to each other over a nice cream tea. So please would you put a massive round of applause for Archie, Jane, and Robert.
Well, I think I'm the assistant, and this is the glamorous speaker today, because we're going to be focusing on some of Roger's skills. And he, of course, is my husband, if you didn't know, and he's the owner of Roger's Hands. Those of you who don't know about this, we're on TikTok. We're a little bit viral, and Roger refuses to be shown on TikTok, but I can focus on how he cuts and presents and pipes and all of those things. Thank you. And so all you see are his hands, and the women are clamouring for more of Roger. And so he has his own Rogers_hands TikTok account, but all you see is this. So there we go, thank you. Gloves are on. Normally we wash hands between every process, not so easy here, so it's going to be gloves. So we are famous for delivering afternoon tea hampers, literally boxes, chilled, filled with proper afternoon tea that you get at the Savoy. And so it's all the cakes and the sandwiches and the thank you dear, and all the treats that you would get in that. And it's a marvellous gift to send someone, whether they've had bad news, whether you damaged their car, believe me, anything like that. But also happy birthday, anniversary, Christmas. It's a perfect gift. And we also do, excuse me, camera, vouchers for it. So you could send somebody a voucher, and then they phone us up and say, "Oh, can we have that next Thursday?" And that's how that works. I brought along a few hampers because we do have them before we go home. We actually sell about 80 products. I can't bring them all, but there's a few here, and I think the most expensive one is 80 something, including delivery. I'll just pick up one other. This is our Christmas time for tea tin, and inside are Christmassy teas. So just a nice little gift, very ambient. Tea lasts for up to 30 years, unless you put it next to something like an onion, then it won't last very long at all. And did you know sugar has no shelf life at all, unless you get it wet, and it has 0. But sugar doesn't need to have any use-by date. Most peculiar. So, all right. So, the thing that gets the most interest in our world on TikTok, sandwiches. And the first video we did on TikTok went to 5.2 million views in just a day or so. And it was how to make a sandwich. And I didn't think anybody would be interested. Turns out the world wants to know about how to make a sandwich. And I'll show you our afternoon tea sandwiches that go out with the afternoon tea hamper. It's got a chill pack in it, because nothing can arrive blue and furry. Nobody wants that. So that's really cold. With my assistant, please verify.
Yeah.
Very, very cold. Yep. And I'm just going to peel this back. This is from our tea for 2 hamper. Okay, so these are finger sandwiches. Obviously, I don't want to tip the lot out. And finger sandwiches in afternoon tea have the crusts taken off. People get very exercised about that. Roger, do gently start if you wish to. But afternoon tea, it's not about the two-handed sandwich, shoving it in your mouth. And afternoon tea is part of a whole plethora of cakes and meringues and other treats. And so this is about daintiness. Don't worry about the crusts. Because we put them to produce as well. If we're doing those, we turn them into a savoury bake with egg and milk and cheese poured over the top, and it fluffs up like a souffle. So, finger sandwiches, but right now there's a trend for the opposite. Has anybody heard of a shop called Sandwich? They're opening up all over the place. They are two-handers. These are a dagwood type sandwich, that's what an American would call that. And the rules are, we butter first always. It helps moisture not get into the bread. It adds a bit of flavour. And you've got to do thick layers of each variety. Each layer, you don't just want one thing. Who was saying about one thin piece of ham? Yeah, no, you don't want that. You want to be able to see it when you open the sandwich up. So this one is egg and tomato and sausage and ham. And we've got mustard, and I put all the flavourings in you can, mayonnaise and so on. So can you see we've got stacks of each type of thing going on here? Not suitable for afternoon tea. You're in your best frocks and things, you especially, Toby, and you can't easily do this, but it has its place. I have to tell you, when Roger and I occasionally make these, we have to share. We couldn't possibly get through this. We can hardly get through a half. Our son George can do justice and take a huge bite, but not everybody. So we've got mayonnaise, we're going for lettuce, because you know, there's not nearly enough in here. And the technique if you're making this is you need greaseproof paper. Because if you're trying to cut this and cut it into 4 even, you're going to have an avalanche. We're going to have to wrap it in this before cutting it, because that will help hold it together. You also must have a serrated knife. This one our son George bought Roger. A good serrated knife, and for any cutting, finger sandwiches, any cutting, it's a sawing action. It's not a, or you'll end up with indented bread. Good job. There we go. Oh, meanwhile, wait a minute. Bought you some chocolate brownie cakes to be nibbling on. Can you remember that? No, they like sandwiches with. What can I tell you? Yes. Okay. Oh, thank you, darling. I'm on it. All right. We are famous for our chocolate brownie. We won awards for our chocolate brownie. Would you like to taste it? Just before Roger finishes his Sammy. And just to show you, one of the gifts we sent out is a Christmas tree shaped brownie. Bloody marvellous. Big enough for a tea. Great. Do you reckon you can eat that on your own?
Yeah, I'll give it a go. I'm more than happy to try.
We advocate to ditch the Christmas cake and go for this. And actually, you can even keep it in your freezer and take a little at a time. So Christmas brownie, see what you think of it, our brownie. We are a bit famous for it. There we are. And we even have a little tin. And you won't see it in there, but it's got a Christmas tree icing on the top. That one, including delivery, is £23. It contains a heck of a lot of chocolate. Thank you very much. So finally, Roger is going to do the reveal.
Oh, that's a shame.
Just to let you know, for our gift today, you may choose that sandwich. This is our, instead of the bottle of wine idea. Or we made a coronation chicken and cucumber and tomato one. Or you can have the smoked salmon and cucumber sandwiches as your choice. Who wishes they put in a referral?
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Sandwich interest over fact asking and receiving questions. Thank you.
The sandwich of what you just made, is that
Yes.
right?
What would you like to put out? It would be the Howard. It's the daddy.
Big daddy.
It's the big daddy. So we can't send these out in the hampers space-wise, but we have found we've got these little boxes that kind of fit the size, and I could bring them on a Thursday, but it would be a £10 sandwich, so it would focus the mind, but it's pretty hefty. It takes a lot of ingredients. That's now the daddy. Would you like to charge for? Yeah.
I've got a question each for you. Then, so, what is your favourite filling for a sandwich, and who's your most famous client?
Okay. Posh Spice orders from us occasionally. She's pretty famous. So I'll go with that off the top of my head. My personal favourite is cheddar cheese, soft lettuce by the ton, and salad cream. What's your favourite salad? Crab. Ooh. And often he likes smoked salmon with chicken in the sandwich.
I haven't tried the fish finger and.
There we go.
Do you do catering for corporate events?
Yes.
And what's the maximum you can do, numbers?
We've done 700, but that's quite a lot.
Yes. Go up to 700.
Yes. We are specialising more in deliveries now, like funeral food and anything where they have the village hall, we set it all out and do this for them. Our days of providing staff are over, although we have a chap who works, comes to EVF and he can do the whole staff thing and barbecues and slightly different affairs. But yes, we do corporate events and they're bloody delicious. Any others?
What's the minimum number of people buying your secret scanner?
It could be 2, but we'll charge you more. The average would be 12 to 20 people. 50 people, that would be a squeeze. Yes, 12 to 20 if you want to be able to sit. There was one over there.
Yeah, if Donald Trump was to put Putin and Zelensky
Yes.
in a room
Yes.
for free tea, would that go a long way towards resolving the present conflict?
I believe so, and I do kind of really believe that. I gave a TED talk called How Afternoon Tea Could Save the World, because we've tried war and that hasn't worked, and we've tried diplomacy and it doesn't seem to have made any difference. In fact, they've withdrawn from it, haven't they, in the Middle East for the moment. And so really it's got to come down to communication, and afternoon tea is unlike any other meal because it's a sharing meal. If it was just lunch, then your lunch is yours and your lunch is yours, and this is, oh, I think this strawberry tart is yours, and mine, and would you like the last sandwich, and may I pour your tea? And all the niceties that go with it are what makes the difference in rapport building. And let's not forget, Nelson Mandela said that afternoon tea was Britain's greatest export.
But what about if one of them puts the jam on first and one puts the cream?
Jane, what are you? Cornish or Devon?
Devon. But I hide it. If I'm in Cornwall, I would be discreet about it. So for those that don't know, jam first is Cornwall. They insist on it and they say you can get a big dollop of cream on the top and it's the crowning glory, so you wouldn't want to cover it up. And they also say the jam first on the scone or scone acts as a barrier to the cream melting. Devon's not having it. He says, sorry, hold everything. You have your toast in the morning, you don't put on the jam and then the dairy. Dairy goes first, makes absolute sense, and so they're absolutely sticking to it. And Cornwall has a hashtag, which is a social media phrase, which is butter is not cream. Brexit was easier. It's a big issue. I got 32,200 complaints from the Daily Mirror readers because they put a headline that I, expert in afternoon tea, said it had to be free university. I didn't say any such thing, but they said I said it. 32,200. I responded to 16,000 of them. I thought I'm
Raspberry or strawberry jam on top.
Right.
Top of the fruit.
Okay, for me, raspberry, for Roger, strawberry. Most popular is strawberry, raspberry. What do you think comes next?
Blackcurrant. Marmalade.
Blackcurrant. What do you think comes next to that? In America and Canada, marmalade would be probably what you'd be offered in many places. And it's not high tea. That's not the same thing at all. It's afternoon tea. High tea was what the working man had for his supper. I thank you.
The only takeaway we get from this is that the sandwiches were specifically designed for Ben.
Yeah.
Who doesn't eat his crusts, and anybody else here.
That's why I need the finger ones.
Right, Jane, thank you very, very much. I say, Jane, thank you very much. Roger. And next in 10 minutes, let's move straight on to the referrals and testimonials round. Let's all start with Lord Corner. Paul, kick off.
Yeah, welcome, Tracy. Good to see you, and congratulations, Joshua, as well. Well done, Vincent and Jane and Roger. Always favourites 10 minutes of the year. Thank you for that. A couple of thank you monies, including one to Howard and agency attendance. Good meeting. Thank you.
Well done, Roger. Brilliant. Award-winning 10 minutes. Thank you to Catherine for the referral. And Vince. Right, you come to
Excellent, Jane. Thank you. And thank you for your insight as well. Thank you. 2 referrals this morning, both for James, which you know about, for 2 separate properties. I won't make you go twice. Go on. We were over that.
Okay.
We're going up.
Anybody else that have walked it twice is you.
I'm very sorry. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, James. Thank you for the money to Howard. Thank you. Can't remember what it's for now. Oh, the suitable guy.
Oh, yeah.
Vincent Free, Essex, and James and Roger.
Thank you.
Formidable. I have a referral for Scott. I'd like you to talk about listing plan out. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, James, for that. I've learned a lot about afternoon tea that I did not know. I'm comforted to know that the way I understood the cream and then jam is widely accepted. Yes, that's good. Thank you to everyone again for these sessions. These were brilliant, and look forward to the next.
Thank you.
Excellent 10 minutes, Jane. I was looking for 10 minutes, and I'm fine. Thank you to everyone for the synergy meeting, and a referral to Terry.
Thank you.
Thanks to the education staff. See you next week.
Welcome to our visit. Great to see you. Happy to enjoy the team. Come along with us. Next week, things like that. And Roger, thank you for coming along, bringing your hand. We're at the video, Roger's face.
Don't worry.
Thank you very much, Vincent, for education. And Jane, I love the presentation. She hinted at that. So I put in, when I repost the blog, I put in there, save the world.
Yes.
Thank you very much to Catherine. Ben argued the client over an apostrophe. Catherine solved the argument.
Well started.
Oh,
sue anyone for anything.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe the possibly, that's for sure. Anyway,
Thank
you. Ring, we'll sort out which one.
Lovely.
And so thank you for the money, the testimony for Tina. Bless her to come on without question, she may serve the stats with the marker and went home. Way in above the call of duty, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So, that's for Melissa. Thank you to the money from sharing, but it's not.
Yeah, good meeting, everyone. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Roger. Fantastic 10 minutes. But when we voting, there was a top of size voting in mine. So
Yeah, that's true.
I've got some big monies for Stuart, but I need to work on the system. That email thing, I won't put the referrals in now, but I've got a couple of friends that still use Hotmail accounts for their work.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, I've made it a couple of times. I've got to get it sorted, guys. So I'll come back to you on that. See you next week.
Lovely.
Thanks everyone for welcoming me again. Who knew afternoon tea was such a science? Great 10 minutes. Thanks for educating us more on tea.
Thank you.
Yeah, very mean, nice to see Tracy. And great head slot Luton, who's not listening. I am. I'm listening, actually. Great 10 minutes. Great 10 minutes, Jane. Well done, Roger, for your hard work.
Thank you.
It's fabulous 10 minutes again. Thank you. And no.
Oh, bless him.
I have a referral format. New inquiry came through yesterday. Delighted because clients wanted to work with someone local. They live in Morley, so do I, so does he. We're all on the map right next to each other, so it potentially can be a very interesting.
We've had worked out that they have the 70 million turnover. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's all very good. Thank you for the money to Toby and Howard and the next member on there. You decide where you want to put it. That's fine. And thank you to Blake for bits of plastic. I can shoot at people. Biodegradable bits of plastic. And thank you to Tracy for being a live chat conversation that we had that's turned into.
Thank you, Jane. As I've got older, I've noticed that my relationship with my wife has deepened, but we've been careful. You're no different.
You're this shit at Jason.
Yeah. On that, thank you as well for a great idea for my granddaughter, one of my granddaughters' Christmas presents. So, a brownie Christmas pudding kit, please. And yeah, that's about it. We'll later close the meeting there.
Thank you very much. Absolutely brilliant. I need more finger sandwiches in my life. Not the big one. Yeah, plus. There. When's the best time to order Christmas things like the Christmas tree brownie?
Please order it as soon as you can, just so that we can gear up space in the calendar. But you don't have to take delivery of it till then.
Okay, I'll put the film
Say send it out on the 17th of December or something.
Well, it's worse because none of us do apart from one eat Christmas pudding, so
Perfect.
it'd be good to have it
Perfect.
instead.
Yes.
Fantastic. And you can see Roger's hands as well. And they're brilliant education slot from Vincent. Great to meet you as well. Got a referral there for Mike, Ethan Fisher, on the link you up with. And James, can I have a chat with you later? No? About the public liability.
Yep.
Fabulous. I might not be getting it because I might have to get out into a phone instead. So I will hopefully see you next week. This is no operation, this is outside, so. I thought it was.
Really enjoyed your presentation, and I will definitely keep you in mind for some corporate events that we do. My next stop today is Phoenix Radio, so I'll be on Live Radio 11. And also, if anyone's interested in radio, I can probably put you up to Steve, who owns the radio.
He's a member here.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Used to
okay.
be a member.
So I do a monthly slot on the local radio, just outreach and tackling about the service. So, thank you very much. I enjoyed it. That's just
It's nice to see you again, Roger. Really considered your meeting as well. Thanks for the referral. I may have a referral from my sister's friend is the executor of her old boss's will, and turns out there's some really bad issues, and he's in debt as well. Basically, he was loaded. He was acting like he was loaded. Got problems. So I'll give you a call. See you soon. Very useful as ever. I'm going to introduce some of this pricing things because I'm rubbish at asking for money. Matt told me I was undercharging dramatically. Oh, get it quick. And now I'm also going to buy brownies for my family. My family think I make the best brownie. Now I've tasted yours, I know I don't. Oh. So I might not.
Just get drinks and just say I made it.
Yeah. So I've always put these on the system. There's one for Ben, my brother's there. Like cheap utilities. Thank you. And David's not here today, but what do I do with that?
Keep it fantastic meeting. Really good episode. I like that a lot. And Jane and Roger, fantastic. So I'm from Darcy.
Darcy.
We just don't care. You know, just as long as we've got lots of cream, lots of jam. I have got a referral from Terry. Many years ago, when I was at uni, many years ago, we learned about transfer in Stockholm. I've never thought about it since. So I was on the phone with Terry the other day, and let's go and get the glasses, shall we? All right, listen. We have the association screw you over. I think I'm here next week. Let's check flight time.
Tracy, it's been a lot of really interesting information, so thanks for sharing that. One of the things to see, and one on the it's lovely to see the tasty duo. Wonderful exploits, fantastic. I have one-to-one. Actually, I'll put down Paul, but it was also with George as well. So thank you for the one-to-one last week. Two. A business insurance renewal for James. Yeah, it's all came through.
Thank you. Every 2 weeks. Anything remedial. I'll let you know. Stuart Carpenter's done this.
For Mike, good, and
That's perfect.
another referral.
Okay, great.
All right, thanks very much.
Fantastic, 10 minutes. Let's see Roger again, and yeah, I will not link it, put his name or anything on there, so it doesn't link to the TikTok. We don't want to ruin the whole thing. Nothing to stop it. Thank you very much. Welcome along to Tracy. Congratulations to Joshua for visiting that very way.
Yes.
What else have I got on there? Scott, if you've got 30 seconds afterwards just to chat about that AI video thing you sent me a message for yesterday. And yeah, I say if anyone's interested in that promotion thing, grab me afterwards and have a little chat and explain it. Oh yeah, I forgot about the one referral I did have actually, yeah. To Ben for utility warehouse for fixing in prices for the year.
Great meeting. Welcome, Tracy. Congratulations, Joshua. And great to see you, Roger. I love it when you do your 10 minutes. Good Ed Scott. I'm a little quiet at the moment, which is why I asked everybody to sort of recommend me. So I've been on Facebook this week, and I've managed to recommend Howard, Stuart, Aidan, Mike, Tom, Paul, Scott, and Vincent. So hopefully, from something, you might get that. And I was at the Synergy meeting on Tuesday. So see you all next week. Thank you, darling.
Yeah, great response. It's all about value during Christmas. Great 10 minutes, even though you just go to upside down.
What's it?
Thank you to the Vic members, Tesla and Goldberg. That's common.
Oh, right.
And it's not really for a question, Scott. Not even just.
Your email, is it single signing?
Oh, you can set that up.
Yeah, talk to you.
Okay.
No, yes.
No, it's not referral, it's
Okay.
a question.
Fair enough.
Yeah, lovely to see everybody, and again, thank you very much. Fabulous as ever. Lovely to see the hands at work. Thank you for the air slot. I've got a couple of things to add. First of all, I've got a thank you for the money to Terry. Just to add, this has been a really interesting one for me. It was somebody that Terry helped to get a property back, and then the client came to me to advise. I couldn't actually directly help, and I referred them on to a second charge provider to help them, and they have helped him in that. However, it's a client who has an awful lot more going on with them personally, and it's actually ended up that, I don't know, I think he went to me once a week, probably, and we talk about various things, and I know that there is an awful lot I'm going to be helping him with in the future. But right now he needs kind of a picture as to, you know, what options he's got, what things might be possible, so that he can actually plan how he takes his life almost in the next 6 months, and actually what he's going to be able to do from a finance point of view is going to feed into all of that. So, you know, yes, there's been some business at this point, but it's purely been referral. But actually what I can do for him, sort of to help in his overall personal life and how he moves forward, is actually, I think, going to be a game changer. And he actually rang me the other day and he said, you know, some of the information and things that I'd shared had really changed the way he was going to approach things, and it's made a massive difference, and he likes just being able to run things past me. So it's just to kind of illustrate that, you know, yes, what Terry said to me actually fundamentally wasn't just my job at that point, but there is an awful lot more value that I can add to clients. So if you just think that somebody may need this, it's worth sending them my way, and I will do what I can to help them get them back on track. So it's a kind of, you know, overall picture of things. So that's for Terry. Sorry, that was quite long. The other thing, and I'm going to try and keep myself together, but my apologies on this, but Tracy, I think it's very, very important what you do. The friend that I lost a few weeks ago committed suicide, and a big part of that was because of her job, and they didn't support her adequately, and she just totally lost all focus on what she could do and how to get out of a hole. And I think there is more that her employer could have done that would have made a difference in her life and maybe would have saved her life. So I would say that, you know, making sure that the right support is there for employees, whether they're small or big, is hugely important because it can be life-changing. So if you know anyone who might need that kind of support, you know, I do think things like what you offer are hugely important because it can be life-changing for people. So that's all. Thank you.
Follow that.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Vincent, for starting us off. Good food for thought about pricing, having a higher one, giving something for free apparently, and so on. That's fabulous. This week I attended Paul Synergy. That was lovely, and I'd just like to thank our Roger. 46 years we've been married, and he's put up with me all at that time, and whether you know it or not, most days I get breakfast in bed. Put up with quite a lot of grumpiness there.
18 of those to choose from today.
On a weekly sandwiches.
Who's the lucky
winner? Yeah.
Oh, from Melissa to Terry.
Oh.
Hey. What would you like, darling? Which one's the middle one?
They'd like to know when this car is.
Thank you, dear. We'll pass that over to you. Thanks, everyone.
Jane, thank you very much for the great 10 minutes doing the running and drawing the draw. And it's we approach the end of the meeting, one thing I did omit to say when we went round on the referrals and testimonials round is Clara, despite her difficulties, provided an excellent service to my son, who exchanged contracts on Friday after a very, very difficult transaction. And frankly, she was the only one, in his words, who seemed to know what they were doing. So a big thanks to you for that. Thanks to you for coming along today. And take your time getting back. We look forward to seeing you when we see you. Everybody else, anybody got any announcements that they would make to the meeting? Scott?
Oh, I'm going to sit down for this one. There is a Formula One event taking place in February. If anybody's interested in going, Toby and I are going to be trying to get tickets for it. They go on sale tomorrow morning. If you're interested in trying, it's the O2. It's the official launch of the 2025 season. If you and you fancy it, tickets between £50 and £100 there are those bands. But if you want to, I'm happy to try and organise a group booking for us to get to that. So, I'll put something on the new WhatsApp thingy.
Or one of them.
Good. Good.
My son just got me into Formula One, so if he's at home, yeah, we'll go to that. Just wants to thank Catherine actually for joining my Grammar Police
I
Facebook group.
contributed nothing to it
There-
because I find
before you
social
joined.
media really stressful.
There was 343,000. Now there is 343,001.
And one. Oh, right, lovely. I'm glad that that's your number. Thank you.
I love the fact that you've actually written that down. 343,000. 343,000.
Well, I couldn't remember that next one.
Right, is anybody?
I've just noticed lottery this morning. Not £2.51. Not 25. £250 win.
Whoa!
Ka-ching.
That's the biggest
Of
win
the biggest ever.
in 15 years.
And what's that in months? How many?
17, 18?
Right, okay. If nobody else has any announcements to make, Jane?
Synergy meeting next week afterwards, and we're looking at a slightly futuristic world of no public-facing offices, everybody working remotely. Is that possible? Would that work for your business? Good luck with that, George. But it's just a discussion about future-proofing and giving that future. And also, if anybody would like to buy the big sandwiches from today, approach me after.
Right. Excellent. Everybody, thank you for turning up. A great turnout. Let's try and repeat it next week. See you all next week.